Hi, Lee Phillips here. I'm still a lawyer, and I want to talk to you about how to choose a lawyer. There are so many lawyers out there. We're graduating so many lawyers today that in order to eat, these guys have got to sue anything that walks. So if you're walking around, that means you're a target. But how do you actually get the lawyer you want? I've done a lot of trusts over my career. People ask if I want to do their trust, and the answer is no, I'm retired from doing the trust. I still like to educate people, and I think this is kind of fun. But how do I know if the guy's any good? And the answer is you don't. Ask around who does it. If you're doing real estate, that's a different guy than the guy who's doing the wills and trusts. That's not a litigator. If you're going to court, that's another guy. So one of the things you can do is get the guy's name, and as you talk around town, check with the bankers on the estate stuff or the insurance guys. Now, the problem with the insurance guys is they're going to recommend this guy because they get a kickback from him. So, and I don't like those attorneys that give the guys the kickbacks. So watch where you get it, the name, but the names will keep coming up when you look into them for a while. Get the name and then call the state bar. You cannot ask the state bar for recommendation. Actually, you can. If you want a guy who does trust, you can call up the state bar, that's the lawyers union, and ask them for a recommendation for a guy who does trust or a guy who does real estate. Anyway, you can ask them for recommendation, and if I pay $50 or $100 a year to the bar, they'll put my name on the list, and I can pick the list that I want. And that list will rotate, and they'll just give out 3 names, and then they keep rotating the list. So I'm not sure that's any good. But you can call up and say, is John Doe a member of the litigation section, a member of the estate planning section? The bar is broken into sections, and you as a lawyer, you belong to a couple of sections. You get like 2 sections free with your $800 a year bar membership, your dues, your union dues. And so the guy's going to pick the 2 sections of the bar that he's most interested in. And in theory, he goes to the luncheon and hears the guy talk about stuff and that sort of thing. The question is, does this guy belong to this section of the bar? And they will tell you that. I don't think they will tell you if there are any complaints, in any disciplinary actions that have been taken against the guy by the bar. They might. Depends on the state bar, I'm sure. But you can ask that too. So ask if he's in this section of the bar, and if he's not in the estate planning section, I'll guarantee he doesn't do trusts and wills. That's not his bag. So check on that. Ask him or her to see any articles that they've written. Where have they been published? If a guy's really doing something, he's published. He's spoken at the Bar Association and given the luncheon speech. Where has he spoken? What has he done to distinguish himself in this field? I've written hundreds of articles on trusts and stuff, and they've been published in professional magazines. So if the guy knows anything and he's active in the area, he should have spoken. He should have done the CLE class for the lawyers. He should have done something. And see what they've done. If they're active in this specific area of the law, they will have done something. So check on that. Google a guy. You can find out more about Googling somebody. How many complaints are on Google against him? Now, the thumbs up, thumbs down, 4 stars, 10 stars, whatever it is, That's kind of a bunch of BS, because some of these guys are really good, and I'm going to say bribing their clients to go in and give them the 5-star review. You give me the 5-star review, I'll do something for you. So, that's I'm not sure. But are there complaints? Are there complaints against him at the state and the Bar Association? So those kind of things will come up on Google. You can also see if he's written anything on Google usually. So check him out there. Or, I'm calling him him. I know I should be gender sexist. No, nothing. It. See if it has published anything, and that sort of stuff. So the best you can do is figure out if the guy is really active in the area that you're going to hire him to do work for you in. It's Lee Phillips. I'm talking about how to pick a lawyer. So don't forget to love us and like us and give us a review below. See, I'm giving you the nudge there. All of that sort of stuff. Lee Phillips talking on how to choose a lawyer.